Today we're going to complete 1.3 notes for order of operation. To begin our notes, we're going to first look at what is meant by order of operations. So we already know what operations are. Normally we would say that there are 4 operations, but actually there's more than just 4 operations. So just to give you some examples of what is meant by operations, you could be adding, you could subtract, you could be multiplying, dividing, squaring, and there are many more other ways of operating on numbers in math. So when we're looking at the order of operations, we're pretty much asking ourselves, what parts of an expression should you calculate first? So when you're given an expression similar to this one that has more than one operation in it, we need to know which one we need to calculate first, because if we don't calculate the correct one first, second, third, and so forth and so on, we could possibly get the incorrect answer. So now let's learn and look at the order in which we should operate in math. So the first operation that we perform are things that are within parentheses or brackets. So let's just say you were given this long expression, and I can see that there are actually more than one set of parentheses within this expression. So then the question becomes, well, which parentheses do I evaluate first? Well, the answer is you always start at the innermost parentheses. So that's going to be the parentheses. So we know we have this set of parentheses. You look at that first, but then you ask yourself, is there a parentheses within that parentheses? Yes, there is, right here. And so you keep asking yourself, is there another parentheses within that parentheses? No, there is not. So then I would have to operate 8 minus 4 first before I can look at the outer parentheses. So whenever you have an expression with parentheses, you must operate whatever is in parentheses first. The second operation to calculate next would be exponents. And exponents can be powers or roots. So let's look at what is meant by powers. Well, in our last lesson, we talked about powers. And that's just the same as I use the example of superpowers. It's a number that is raised above. This next word, roots, we won't get to until the later part of this course or in Algebra 1. You'll start knowing what roots are. It would be like the square root would be an example. We also have cube root, third root, fourth root, and so forth. And so powers would be probably our main one that we'll see in our expressions. Similar to our last example, what if we had an expression that had more than one exponent or power within it? Then the question would become, which one of these exponents would we have to evaluate first? Well, you would have to, of course, do parentheses first and then go from left to right to evaluate the exponents in this expression. So that would mean I would have to evaluate 9 squared first because it's in parentheses, and then I'll go back from left to right and evaluate 5 cubed. Then I'll do 2 to the 5th power, and then I'll evaluate 1 to the 4th power. So after we evaluate parentheses, the next thing we want to evaluate would be exponents. Our third operations to evaluate would be multiply or divide. And we do that from left to right as we find them. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in math because when we say multiply or divide, many people believe just because we say multiply first, that means that you should multiply before you divide. But that is not the case. If you look at this example that you're given, we can see that division came first. And then we have another multiplication that came next. And then at the end, we have a second multiplication that happens. So what is meant by multiply or divide from left to right? That means I will actually have to divide 5 divided by 2 first. And then I would take that answer and I would multiply the 8 second. And then the final operation for multiplying I would do is a 3 times 7. So you see how I went from left to right as I found them, that's when I operated on them. So multiplication and division are like sisters and brothers. They're treated the same. It's first come, first serve, pretty much. So whichever one came first, that's the one that you serve first. The last operation or operations on the totem pole is adding or subtracting. So we'll be finally adding or subtracting numbers that we're left with from left to right as we find them. This one is also a big misconception by most. Similar to multiplication and division, a lot of times when we say add or subtract, just because we said add first, many people believe that when you do the order of operation of an expression, you're supposed to do your additions first. That is not true. You have to actually evaluate them from left to right as you find them. Again, they're like brothers and sisters, they are equal, and it's a first come, first serve rule. So in this expression, I would actually have to subtract first. And this one also has an embedded parentheses that makes me have to subtract 4 minus 8 because I'm following the order of operation. So I always do my parentheses first if I have any, and then I go from left to right. So then I would do the 5 minus 1. That'll be my second step. I'll take that answer and add 8. That'll be your third step. And then I'll take that answer and subtract 3. That'll be my fourth step. And then I'll take that answer and so forth and so on. So there's several other adding, subtracting rules that you would have to do. Okay. So the order of operation says that we have to first evaluate the parentheses, next evaluate exponents, thirdly multiplication or division from left to right, and then the final operations would be adding or subtracting from left to right. Those are a lot of rules, so we have to definitely use something to help us remember this order of operation. There are many ways to remember the order of operations, but I have two here that you can use to help you remember the order in which you should operate. One is just simply saying PEMDAS, which just takes the first letter of the operations and it creates this word PEMDAS. Another one is an old one. It's an old sentence that have been created that starts with the first letter of the operations. Every word starts with the first letter of the operations that we need to perform in the order that we should. And it says, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So those are two mnemonics that we can use that will help us remember the order of operation. So now let's look at some examples where we would have to use the order of operation. So we have examples 1, 2, and 3, and they're asking us to evaluate, in other words, find the value of each expression. And so you can notice that we have several operations happening within each of these expressions. And so the order in which we operate on them is going to make a difference in the value that we find at the end. When we're performing the order of operations, our job is to find which operation the expression has and determine based on the order of operation which operation we should calculate first. So we're going to go down our list of order of operations and ask ourselves, does this expression have parentheses? Well, the answer to that would be yes. Here are the parentheses. So we know we would have to evaluate that first. Within the parentheses, now we're looking to see again, do we have another set of parentheses? No, we do not. Do we have any exponents within the parentheses? No, we do not. Do we have multiplication or division within the parentheses? No, but we do have addition and subtraction. So that means we have to perform the subtraction first because it is the only operation we have within the parentheses. So when we actually evaluate that, we'll get 8. So we bring down everything else. And then 17 minus 6, we would get 11. And so we have to put those in parentheses. All right. So now we see that we have multiplication. So now those parentheses, when you have a number directly in front of parentheses, that shows multiplication. So our next operation to perform and our final operation to perform on this problem would be multiplication. So we now do 8 times 11, and then you get your answer, which is 88. So the value of this expression when we evaluate using the order of operation is 88. Moving on to example 2, we see that we have 3 different types of operations. We have adding at the top of the fraction. The fraction actually means division, and then below you have subtraction. So which order should we do first? Well, in order to understand which order to do first, which operation to do first, there is a way that we need to rewrite this fraction. So whenever we have a fraction, here is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put everything that's at the top in parentheses, and we're going to put everything that's at the bottom in parentheses. And so we're going to rewrite it using the division symbol. So we'll have parentheses 14 plus 6, close parentheses, the division symbol, and then we'll have parentheses 12 minus 7, close parentheses. So these two expressions are the same. We're just using the division symbol instead of the fraction bar so that we can easily follow the order of operations. So now it is very clear which operation we should perform first. So we're going to go down our list of operations again, our PEMDAS, and we're going to ask ourselves, do we see parentheses? And we look at them from left to right. Yes. First set of parentheses is right here, where we have 14 minus 6 inside of it. And then the second set of parentheses is right here, where we have 12 minus 7 inside. Which one of the parentheses do we perform first? Well, we always go from left to right to evaluate the parentheses. Then we would have to go into the innermost parentheses to operate. But this one is straightforward. We just have the first set of parentheses and then the second set of parentheses. So we know we have to perform parentheses. But which one? We got to perform the one with the addition first. So we're doing our parentheses with addition first because that's what came first from left to right. So that means we're going to have 14 plus 6, which would be 20. So we have 20. And then we bring down everything else. So we bring down the division symbol. We bring down the 12 minus 7 in parentheses. And then we're moving on to figuring out what is the next step of operation. So we have division. We still have the parentheses. And we still have the subtraction. So we go through our order of operations and we say, well, first thing would be parentheses. So we have that right here. And we're going to do the subtraction that is on the inside. So that means we're going to be doing 12 minus 7. 12 minus 7 is 5. So we will bring down everything else in our problem. So we have equals to 20 divided by, and we just said we get the answer 5. So now the only thing left in our expression is division. So of course, that would be what we do next. So 20 divided by 5, you'll get your final answer, which is 4. So the value of expression, example 2, would be 4. Let's move on to example 5. Example 5 has a lot more operations in comparison to 1 and 2, but don't let that intimidate you because we have a way in which we operate on expressions. No matter how long they give it to us, we're going to still go down our order of operations. And we're going to start with 1 at a time. So we're going to first look for parentheses. Well, I see parentheses twice. I see parentheses here. And then within that parentheses, I see another set of parentheses. So which one do you perform first? Well, you always start with the innermost, and then you go to the outer. So we're going to be performing on parentheses first. And the innermost parentheses have the symbol for addition. So we're actually going to be adding 13 plus 9 first. So everything else we would bring down. We're not operating on it yet. But the 13 minus plus 9, the 13 plus 9 will get 22. And we close our parentheses with the brackets. And we're going to now scan again for our next order that we should operate. So we have multiplication. We have another set of parentheses. And within those parentheses, we now have subtraction. So which do we do first? So PEMDAS says we have to first do the parentheses. So let's see what is actually within those parentheses. So within those parentheses, we see subtraction. So now we have to perform 36 minus 22. 36 minus 22 would give us 14. So we're going to rewrite this expression and replace 36 minus 22 with 14. So we're dropping down everything else that we didn't operate on. And within our parentheses, we'll have 14. So now we have 5 times 14. So we only have one operation. And so, of course, that makes it easy. We only have one left. Then that's the only one we have left to do. So our final step is to multiply. 5 times 14, and we'll get 70 as our answer. So the value of example 3 would be 70. Use examples 1 through 3 to help you do the U-Try problems 1 through 3. Look over the problems that I just completed for you and let me know if you have any questions. Now that we know how to evaluate numerical expressions using the order of operation, let's look at how to evaluate variable expressions using the order of operations. Well, we would solve these problems the same way. We only have an extra step to add where we have to actually plug in the numbers in the place of the variables that they give us. So we're still going to use parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, adding, subtracting, PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, to help us with the order of evaluating things. But our first step is going to be to replace our variables with the numbers that they give us. So for both examples, we start off our problem by first rewriting it by putting parentheses around the exponents so that we're ready for plugging in those numbers that they gave us. So for example 1, when we plug in 2 for x and 5 for y, we have 4 times, in parentheses, 2 plus 5. And then example 2, when we plug in 2 for x and 5 for y, we have 3 times, parentheses, 2 plus 5, close parentheses, squared. So we see on example 1 that we would have to perform parentheses first. And within the parentheses, we have addition, so we're actually adding first. When we add 2 plus 5, we get 7. And then our last step to evaluate is to multiply. 4 times 7, and we get our answer 28. Looking at example 2, we first have to evaluate the parentheses. And inside the parentheses, we have addition. So we need to take 2 plus 5, and we get 7. Our next operation to evaluate is the exponent. So we have to take 7 squared, which is 49. And our final step to evaluate is to multiply. 3 times 49. And we get our answer, 147. Use examples 1 and 2 to help you complete the U-Try problems 1, 2, and 3. Look over the problems that I just completed for you and let me know if you have any questions. To show that you have mastered today's lesson, please complete the quick check problems 1, 2, 3 and turn it in before you leave today's class.